Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. So before we get into this investigation, just a bit of a disclaimer. We will be investigating all sides of everyone's stories, all sides of the drama, so make sure you watch till the end because things get really intense. Like, you would not believe some of the stuff I found out. Dirty things happen behind the scenes, people. So firstly, Thomas Pacho, for those of you who don't know, is the manager of the Hypehouse, which is kind of similar to Team 10 in the sense that it's a big house for content creators to live and work in together, except the Hypehouse is for TikTok stars. Now, Thomas has actually been affiliated with Team 10 back in the day, which is where he first launched to fame, and that's probably where he learnt to be a super sneaky snake. So in today's video, we're going to be investigating Thomas Pacho, who recently exposed former Hypehouse member Daisy Keech with receipts in a recent video he had posted to his channel. So Daisy Keech, for those of you who don't know,
Oh, no.
is a member of the Hypehouse and also a co-founder, and she had first launched to fame on Instagram. So Daisy recently exposed her truth about the Hypehouse in a recent YouTube video titled Truth About the Hypehouse. Daisy Keech is suing Thomas and Chase, the other co-founders of the Hypehouse, because she feels that she wasn't involved enough, especially considering she alleges that she put an $18,000 investment into the Hypehouse when it was first starting out, and she's supposed to be a co-founder, so why wasn't she involved in a lot of the stuff that they were doing? Today we investigate. So Chase and Thomas are the ones taking credit for running the Hypehouse. They kicked Daisy out. They aren't giving her any money that they made from merch or from the business, so Daisy wanted to get a cut from everything because from her perspective, she helped fund the Hypehouse. Or so we have been led to believe. So Thomas Pacho recently posted an exposing video debunking everything that Daisy had said in her exposing video, except he provided receipts, making his story a lot more reliable. In the video, Thomas exposed that he worked for Daisy for 2.5 months for free. He'd photograph her, edit her photos, edit her YouTube videos, all this for free. Eventually, months and months in, he started earning $250 a week for doing all this, which isn't really that much if you're living in LA, considering how much profit she was making. Thomas explained in the video that he basically came up with the Hypehouse, organized everything, manages it, and how he managed to have 3 investors, including himself, pay for the security deposit of the Hypehouse. Contrary to Daisy's video, where she had actually lied about who came up with how much. Thomas had exposed that Chase, his friend, who was also the other co-founder, apparently put in $31,000, and Thomas put in $15,000. Daisy then reimbursed Chase a mere $13,000, and Thomas only $5,000. So Daisy had said that she had invested $18,000, but Thomas told her at the time it was just a security deposit and she would be getting that back. And Thomas basically said that's not how you become a member of the Hypehouse or become a co-founder, because she put in little to no effort apparently and stayed in her room all day. Now, if you're putting down an $18,000 security deposit on a house, in my opinion, you are a co-founder, but maybe she didn't have that in writing. Who knows? Thomas also revealed in his video that Daisy would never post anyone in the Hypehouse on her Instagram and would only collab with TikTokers in the Hypehouse on her TikTok that had 0 followers. Sneaky, wanting that clout. Thomas had also revealed that Daisy was in fact invited to their little TikTok meetings and events, despite her saying in her video that she was left out of everything. Here we can see that Thomas sent messages to everyone stating the events and interviews they had on, so everyone in the Hypehouse cleared their calendars. It said Hypehouse schedule: Monday, January the 27th at 11 AM, The Today Show; Tuesday the 28th, 2 PM, Entertainment Tonight; Wednesday, 10 AM, Forbes. Thomas had then said The Today Show is on the 27th and Forbes is on the 29th, coming to the house. So Daisy apparently went off and did her own thing, showing that she wasn't really interested in being a part of the Hypehouse or the events that they had on. Daisy also filed for trademarking for the business to keep herself involved, as we can see here. She'd actually done this on January the 7th, well before her co-founders found out. Then in March, Thomas filed for the trademarking of the Hypehouse in the company name, not his name or Chase's name, and he called Daisy out for being sketchy for filing for trademarking in her own name. Daisy had exposed that Thomas was also buying all these extravagant items, including an $8,000 Cartier bracelet, a $10,000 cap, and a Tesla. She thought that he might have been using the money from the Hypehouse, but Thomas had explained that he was using the money from his sponsorships to buy these things, and he showed the receipts. Daisy also mentioned that Thomas never gave her access to the Hypehouse emails. Thomas revealed that the emails are run by the Hypehouse agency, so here was the actual conversation Daisy and Thomas had about the email drama. Receipts obviously courteous of Thomas. Daisy had said, "Can you send me the login please?" Thomas replied, "That account is set up for reps and I'm only on it as the Hypehouse manager. Whenever anything comes in for anyone, it will be forwarded directly to them." Then what's the issue with giving the username and password? I'm not going to respond. I want to look through it. Because I don't want someone random like Blank looking through it and he looks through yours. Random? He's trying to help you, Thomas. So please don't act like that. Our business, the Hypehouse, is a mess on the business side. An absolute mess. We need structure. Harry Abrahams even said he doesn't want any part in it until there's more structure. That's a sign some things need to happen. Don't forget about everything Blank has done to help. I also feel sketched out you won't give me the passwords to things. This is what it's like when you have co-founders. You wouldn't have been able to start this without me, Alex and Chase. He's not involved with the Hypehouse though. I appreciate anything he's done. I didn't ask for any of that, and I'm not just going to give him unlimited access to our email. We're working on a structure, and Alex and Coover and Chase and everyone knows everything that's been going on. You've been gone a lot, so you might have missed out on things, but everyone is all on the same page. He doesn't represent the Hypehouse, therefore he doesn't need to be logged in. It's your responsibility to fill me in. Start a group text with all the co-founders, so we all know what is up. He doesn't represent anyone. He doesn't represent me even. He's not an agent. I've already told you that WME is the only agency we're working with. Until this trademark BS is figured out, there's nothing else we can do for the Hypehouse. Did you not listen to Blank? It is all figured out. Everything is actually under my name. And here are more group chats of Daisy being notified that the Hypehouse was having a music video being shot in the house that Daisy claims she didn't even know was happening. Thomas had said, "Lil Mosey wants to shoot a music video here. The treatment is appropriate. Should we? We don't have to be in it. They just want to use the house." "Okay, haha, let me call them." Daisy had responded, "I think we should charge him." So moving on from this, if you think Thomas is unproblematic at this point, you're very wrong. There's some horrific news that's come to light recently about the way he was treating Charli D'Amelio's sister in the Hypehouse, which we will get to in a moment. So Charli D'Amelio, for those of you who don't know, is the most followed TikTok star in the world with a whopping 45 million followers. Don't even know how that's possible, but that is so intense. So she obviously is a part of the Hypehouse, and she was dating one of the co-founders, Chase, but they have since split up, and apparently a lot of people think she's going to start distancing herself from the Hypehouse with her sister Dixie and branch out on her own and do her own thing, because she doesn't really need the Hypehouse. They're kind of benefiting way more off her than she is off them from a business standpoint. And also there's so much drama at the Hypehouse. Notice how she does her best to steer clear of it. We stan an unproblematic queen. So apparently Dixie, Charlie's sister, was talking about her most viewed TikTok video and how she didn't even want to film it, but did because Thomas said that she hadn't posted in a while, and if she didn't, she wouldn't be eating.
Dixie, have you made a TikTok today? Have you eaten today?
So I can imagine Charlie, her sister, wasn't happy hearing about this, and it's probably another reason why the pair will be branching off to go and do their own thing, as I'm sure we will eventually see. This is also proving a lot of what Daisy was saying in her video, despite her video not having many receipts about her feud with Thomas and Chase. To make things worse, Chase, who was dating Charlie, apparently cheated on her countless times, making Charlie feel really embarrassed and humiliated, so of course she wants to leave the Hypehouse, especially now that they're not even together. Chase had sent Nessa Barrett, who is a TikTok star, explicit pics of himself and messages as well, allegedly, whilst dating Charlie, and Nessa had told her boyfriend, Josh Richards, about this, and him and his mate Bryce Hall made a diss track video on YouTube about it. The diss track basically outlines allegations of Chase cheating and exposes all of his interactions with Nessa. Now, going through a breakup as a teen is hard enough as it is, especially with Charlie being so young. She's only 15, so I don't know how she would have been dealing with this, especially when it's being broadcasted to millions of people. She would have felt absolutely humiliated. You've got to feel sorry for the girl. So Chase and Thomas, the pair of them, although they may have a lot of receipts debunking Daisy's video, they're not very decent people from what we can see. So is there a happy ending to all of this? Well, for Daisy it seems so. I found the lawsuit online after some digging, and it hasn't proceeded since lockdown, understandably, but now she's decided to reinvent herself and found her own Hypehouse, which is called the Clubhouse, and she's super excited about it and already has a small team of TikTokers who have joined it. Daisy recently made a house tour video of the Clubhouse, and it looks so much bigger and better than the Hypehouse. It's stunning. The house was also full of people in her recent house tour video, so it's clearly going off. What are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.